What's up, guys? It's Rich back with another Delta Force video for you today. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed the content on the channel. If you have, make sure you guys smash that like button and drop a sub. We're trying to reach 10,000 subs by the end of 2025. So that is our goal we've set. So I appreciate each one of you guys coming into the community. In today's video, we're going to talk about a simple, quick to follow Delta Force kind of loot guide for the northern part of the map, kind of admin building, barracks, what you want to hit through there. And kind of the way I play, if I play as a solo, I don't hit every spot when I'm playing as a solo, but I kind of want to talk and give you guys some important points necessarily that you can maybe take into your gameplay and maybe just show you some things maybe you may not know, maybe you already know, but even maybe just hearing some of these important points are great to know. So hopefully you guys do find this video informative. If you guys do enjoy Delta Force content, again, guys, consider dropping a sub to the channel. Hopefully you guys do enjoy. Let's get into it. I won't waste too much of your time. Let's switch over. All right, guys, so before we hop in there, I would definitely recommend taking some of these keys in. Definitely would recommend running some of these keys. I've honestly lost so much money in the last few days. I tried playing some Barracks, I tried playing some Space City, and we were just getting pounded by cheaters, and it was just an absolute... I lost probably like 10 million in like less than a day, maybe a few hours. It was absolutely insane. Regardless, I want to show you some of the best keys you can definitely recommend running for Zero Dam. East Wing's manager's office key. Obviously, this is definitely one of the best keys, if not the best key for the map. This is 2.1 million, so it's very expensive. If you don't have that amount, definitely don't recommend buying that. Obviously, if you have a decent amount of funds and stash, or if you farm up to get that key, definitely worth it. You'll notice when I go in there, you have 2 safes, a computer, and a bunch of suitcases and filing cabinets to hit. Another really good one I definitely recommend, West Wing Control Room. I had this one for a little bit. Those are 2 of the keys I definitely recommend running for the admin building. And then another one that I recommend running that I have is going to be the ticket room. So the ticket office. This has a safe in there as well. This is by the back right of the map. I'll show you exactly where this is at. When we go in here, we're trying to play safe. We're playing as a solo. This is really good for solo looting. And if you want to play safe, you want to make sure you go in with a decent amount of gear. But obviously, you're not playing for engagements. You're playing to survive. So let's get in there and let's switch over that to now. All right, guys, so when we first load in, I'm in normal mode here, so this is not easy mode, but if it's your first time playing Delta Force or one of your first few raids, definitely recommend running an easy mode so you get a good feel for it. But one thing I definitely do is I get a feel for it is I notice where I'm at on a map. Depending where I'm spawning at, if I'm playing more aggressive and I'm playing with a kid more aggressive, and if I'm playing with friends also, this makes a difference. I would normally push towards admin building. This is where going to be your higher tier PvP, your higher tier loot's at. This is definitely going to be the best area to hit in terms of density of loot. This is also where my key card goes to, so I'll definitely want to hit that area at some point. Whether or not I'm playing a solo, I might take it slower. So spawning in barracks here, I know that a team spawns around here, so make sure you keep that in mind. They'll probably want to push into this safe, and if they're a whole squad, I want to play it slower. When you're playing as slow, you definitely want to play it, or solo, excuse me, you want to play it slower. Also, I'm mainly kind of looking for blue and up gear. I'm not looking for greens. If you look at the values, so I'll pick up a green here, for example, just so you can see. So the value of greens is only 2,000. Now, if you're in easy mode, you're going to see a lot more greens and blues than you will like purple and golds, but something to just note and take into account whenever you're playing on certain modes. So in this mode here, I'm playing, like I said, solo, so I'm going to move towards the barracks area and see if I can find a team that's going to come this way. I have gold ammo on right now. I hear footsteps to my right. It could be AI, but I have some really good ammo right now, so I know I can get some shots off on these guys if I see visual. In this case, I'm going to notice that the AI is up around this area, and I'll try and wait for them to aggro. That's a really big thing that I think a lot of people notice is when you're playing solo or even if you're playing with a group, using the AI to your advantage is a really good thing. All right, so I lowered my sensitivity here real quick. But anyway, as I was mentioning, around the AI situation, so I tend to use the AI as a knowledge point. If you can leave AI up, I would definitely recommend doing it and then playing off of that knowledge. In this case, I know that the players spawn in the barracks where I marked that, and I haven't heard these AI over here shoot. I did just hear that explosion from admin. Generally a sign that there's players at admins, but most raids anyway, there's going to be players at admin, so it's something that I'm just going to play off the knowledge of that. But regardless, keeping AI alive, if at all possible, is a really nice thing to do. It is nice to loot them sometimes, I guess, for potential keycard spawns as well, so... In this case, I'm going to play slow, try and play some peaks. Again, I haven't heard any AIs going off over here. This building is a really solid one to loot, especially going to the second floor. You have a computer, and so this shield bearer is still up, which is a good thing. Generally a good sign that there are players here. We'll check all of this for loot here. Check this entire red building. So you have loot spawns on this table, and then a computer spawn back here alongside some stuff on his shelves. Again, I don't hear too many footsteps. I hear footsteps outside, but nothing that isn't... Oh, there's an AI right there. Excuse me. But also I can peek here. Again, players would be coming out of here if there were players that spawned in this area or rotated to this area. I'm playing as a meta character as well, so using that all as heals for myself is actually really, really good. So this guy's actually sitting right back here. Actually, he's going to go in there and push. And knowing that I know there's players that generally spawn in there, I'm going to go ahead and use that information to just let him push in there and see anything. So we have purple here on this desk. So this is a great item, so definitely don't want that in my inventory if at all possible. Search the carton. make sure you really want to. The biggest thing with Delta Force I've noticed is it's very, very, very heavily RNG. So you want to make sure you're really realistically kind of just searching everything. Like if you notice that computer was a blue and the one before was a purple, but some of these items on here might be better than even stuff you find on a computer. So like for example, here's a spawn. These tables, all these tables right here, all these beds, you want to make sure that these have, you want to check these for items because they have loot spawns on there as well. Obviously over here you have a computer spawn as well. And then this room right here is also a potential good keycard spawn. I got it off of an AI. This isn't a great keycard. Don't recommend buying this necessarily unless you have a bunch of extra money. But it could pay out sometimes an okay amount. So you have a computer and a server room. Like I said, I found this key card off of an AI, so it wasn't something that I invested my own money in. If you feel like you want to buy all the key cards for this area, you definitely can. It's not an awful key card to have, especially if you're going to be looting this area anyway, depending on where you spawn. I don't always come barracks. If I spawn on the right side of the map, I'll tend to hit admin. I'll kind of rotate down south and hit the extracts down here. However, if I spawn anywhere on the left side of the map, I will obviously push towards barracks and use that to my advantage. All right, so seeing as I haven't heard any shots coming from there, I'm probably going to rotate off of barracks now. This is a point you can obviously make that decision if you want to push towards admin or not. I do. I want to go loot that area with my keys. I feel like I have good ammo and I feel confident in my ability to go do that. Again, that completely comes down to you and the way you play your game. Definitely don't necessarily recommend following this one for one, doing exactly what I do, but hopefully it can give you a good demonstration of what the areas that I loot and what I go ahead and play and in my play style. That's made me a good amount of money. Again, I'm not super mega rich, but it's pretty sustainable as far as making that good amount. So there's more AI here to my left. Tap him. Check these tables and these tents for potential loot. Again, I don't really pick up green items. Mostly it's going to be blue and above. And I will always replace blues with... I have no problem dumping blues because blues aren't really extremely valuable. But about 10 blues is going to make you around 100k. So definitely depending on how much money, what you value, if you're talking 100k's per raid or if you're looking to loot over 1 million per raid. Also, something you want to make sure you do is make sure if you hear bird's nest or if you hear the little sewer manholes, definitely want to loot those yourself. So once I've checked all of these areas, your footsteps still. I'm only using this gun right now to kill AI. If I see players, I would switch over my sniper rifle. So I'll grab that ammo, purple ammo or blue ammo. Just grab that if you want to just sell that on the market. Make sure I stay alive. Also, cement trucks, really, really good. If you don't know this, if you go to the back of a cement truck, any of the cement trucks on the map, they'll have the buttons you can interact with, and they'll drop in just a random set of about 2 or 3 items every single time you press that button. Definitely worth doing. Don't miss out on doing that. So once you come over here, I generally don't check anything in the back left over there. Not worth doing, especially because there's sometimes players over there fighting, and I'd rather have this cover while I'm advancing into the building. If you notice you're coming this way, there are no real windows that you can be seen from. Really easy to just push up and really not have to worry about getting shot from the windows because that's one of the main disadvantages when you're pushing the admin, especially from the east side, is going to be the amount of windows they can see. So here's a hidden stash. I'll definitely want to check this. I've gotten some really good items. I've also gotten some poopy items. So here's a pretty much poopy one. Completely up to you if you want to do that. Another thing I check is if you want to check for the jewel for the safe mission here. So this blows up a wall in here and then you'll want to do a safe mission. It generally spawns around the missile silo right here. You go ahead and hit that. Definitely worth doing if you have the team. Pushing into admin, if you don't notice, this is obviously the high tier PvP area. Higher chance, the best chance you're going to run into other players. There is, see, like there's loot already on the ground there. Here's intel for me that I know that people are in here or likely already been fighting in here or have cleared out of here. Again, I do want to go in here anyway because on my key card there's a chance that it wasn't hit. It's a very expensive key card, so not everybody has it. But I'm completely playing off audio here, kind of just sound whoring, just listening, see if I hear anything, any footsteps. Again, people can be just crouching and silently walking. Definitely check this window here. Push up the second floor, up these stairs here. If I get quiet or anything, it's just me listening along. I'll peek this lane. I don't hear anything, so there's, again, no real signals to me that anybody's here. At least on this side of admin, there's 2 sides of it. Definitely worth checking. This keycard's also really good. This is the one that I was mentioning, West Wing Control Room. You have 2 servers in there, a computer and a loose loot spawn. I just ran out of that key literally right before recording the video. Very unfortunate, but worth grabbing that. In this room, you have a server and a computer. So search the computer case. Memory card. A lot of blue items this raid right now. Seems like I just heard the RPG guy go off. So he's definitely other players towards parking lot right now. So playing off of that knowledge, I'm just going to be very safe. There's a gold item for us. We'll replace this blue item. I didn't even realize there's a blue item in my butt, but we're going to grab that anyway. This right here is the extract lever, but I don't think it's been called yet, so we're just going to leave that up as it is. Definitely a lot of footsteps towards the back. This is the north side of the building. This is the back side of the building. Again, I do fight a lot of players through here, and I don't really enjoy fighting it because you can also get third-partied from these windows, as you can tell, really, really easily. So if you see some players from here, it's really easy to shoot at them and it's pretty much impossible to hit back at you. So I'm playing here. You got 2 hallways when you're pushing admin. You want to clear it. Make sure priority that you're clearing those hallways. You don't want to get pushed, or if you want to hear anybody pushing, obviously play with that knowledge to your advantage. 2 green items in there, not worth looting. Primarily have my really good gun up here. No reason to have my AI gun again. If there's AI, the AI is pretty easy to combat in this game. You really can just run away and then switch to your secondary. So the room I want to loot is this room right here. Again, I don't hear anything, so nothing too concerning. I'll go into the server room over here. I'll check if this has been looted. And this is a clear sign that there were players here. This is a safe that spawns in here and a computer. But just to show you where I'm at here, this is my location right now. This is an open key room, or no key room, excuse me. You can just go in there. There is a safe for you to loot. And if you look on the map, something really good I think a lot of players overlook, you can actually just left click on the safes, right? And then you can actually just go ahead and see where the safes are at. So for example, here's a safe, here's another safe, and those right there are going to be able to direct you easily on a map, but it's been looted already, so nothing really that I need to worry about. And for example, it doesn't hurt to check these exactly for this reason. This wasn't looted yet. The reason this key is so good, how expensive it is really important, because obviously there's going to be really good loot back there. Hopefully I'm saying that, and we're about to pull some absolute doo-doo loot, but it's definitely worth checking, because a lot of times players may rotate through here and they will not loot this room because they don't have this key card. So we're going to go ahead and use it. It has about 10 uses that you can use with it. So 2.1 million for 10 uses. Suitcase, supply crate, file cabinet, and then 2 safes and more computers. So we'll check all of this that's in here. Here's a purple item. We'll check the safe, gold item, blue item, purple item. We'll take the painkillers out. We'll put the gold item in here. So we have 2 gold items, which is really, really good. But for my solo players, I know there's a lot of you guys out there. You want to make sure you play intelligently, and you want to not put yourself in situations that could get you killed. And that's kind of what we're going for with this video. We're playing for absolute knowledge off of where other players are at and what they're doing. So we've got here out of this room 3 golds, 2 purples so far, which is pretty good. So we've got these 2 golds right here, the coin, and some solid purples. On here we got a green item, not worth. Filing cabinet, we'll check it. Nothing green. Blue, we'll take that, see if there's anything to replace. We can check how much these are going for per shot. It's 172 per bullet, and it's 15. I'll go ahead and take the adapter. Over that, we'll check the briefcase. Blue recorder, green item, and a purple item. We'll drop the the blue item for the purple item, and pretty much filled up right now. Our gear value is at 646,000. Not a crazy amount. Again, we weren't the first to admins, but we are alive right now, and that's the biggest thing. I think as a solo, you really need to kind of tone down your expectations of making over... Ooh, somebody just hit the lever, so I can use that as information. Don't think it was from here. I'm pretty sure it was from substation. So with that knowledge, I'll probably rotate over here and actually see. I'll pop up to this window, and we can see if we see them. So it seems like we didn't hear anything while we were there waiting for them. I don't know where they may have came from, or if they even went that way. They may have just pulled it as a distraction, but I don't see any players over there. Like I said, it's a pretty easy area to peek, so there's AI over there. No shots came through there. So again, guys, I want to mention this because I feel like it may be just kind of like, oh, this is such a simple, everybody knows to go loot admin and where to loot. But I'm trying to just give you a heads up of the way to play the game, and not the way to play the game, but the way to play the map rotation as a solo player, and maybe trying to hit a good loot guide here. So if you spawn on the left side of the map, if you spawn on like the northwest side, definitely play Barracks. Definitely try and get your loot. If you're playing as a solo, maybe wait it out. Use AI for information. And if you rotate towards the right here, towards admin, expect higher PvP, higher density of other AI, obviously, and players, and even the potential boss spawn that spawns there. If you spawn on the northeast side of the map, it's up to you if you want to play towards visitor center or play towards admin area. The way I play the game, because I feel more confident in my skill, my ability, and I'm not saying that, you know, obviously some players are bad, some players are learning the game, whatever it may be. In your circumstance, you don't have a lot of money. You want to play the game slower and play it to your more obviously play style, whatever it may be. I'm not going to say that everybody should play this way, because if you don't want to go to admin area and risk running into other players, then don't. There's absolutely no benefit to do that if you don't feel comfortable doing that. So if you're going to spawn on the west side on Barracks, definitely consider hitting cement plant, Barracks, and then maybe rotating south side of the map towards the areas of extract with visitor center. If you don't feel like doing that, if you spawn like on the northeast side, you can also hit visitor center. Substation has a server and a computer spawn in there as well. You have ticket room, which I will show you in visitor center as well before we leave. That's also a really solid key as a safe spawn in there. And there's potential quests in here that also give you the potential access to more safes. So there's loot all around here, but admin's my favorite area to loot. On the first floor, I generally don't find too much loot to do in here. Now, there is a solid quest that you can do as a breach specialist. This gives you access to a room in here. If you do it, all you got to do is kind of fiend off the AI, which I will show you really quick so we can actually rotate through here. Actually, I missed that computer upstairs, which I'll go back upstairs and check really, really quick and do that for you guys before we leave. But if you do breach specialist, it's going to be this room right here. In here, you have 2 servers. Oh, excuse me, sir. I'm in a video. So you have 2 computers, 2 jackets, and or 2 servers, a computer, and a jacket in there. So definitely worth doing. But if we go up here, there's also some potential loot you'd want to make sure you grab. You don't miss out on this opportunity. Is going to the back of admin and going to this back right corner. There's going to be that computer that opens the secret room. So that's some more potential loot spawns. Definitely don't miss out on checking jackets. That's where you're going to find a lot of your key cards and definitely potential to maybe find some of those rarer ones. So we'll open a secret door here and we'll download the SSC. So we'll go in here, and here you have a briefcase. And oh, there's a great spawn for the video, $275,000 item. We'll grab that and we'll put that in here. Boom, red item. So that's that, and we'll drop that. I didn't mean to move that. So right there, that's a red item you get from admin. So already worth checking right there. 300K, not the most expensive one, but that automatically puts our loot value at 951K already. So that's really, really good. Definitely, I'm telling you, if you don't do it, if you skip so many of these, check the hidden stashes. So many times I've found so many good items from there. So we'll go in here, we'll check. This has probably been looted. Didn't mean to check that. But back here, there's sometimes, so here's an armor repair kit. That's not a bad thing to grab. I don't know what I can drop for it. I can actually drop this right here and we'll grab that. So, oh, there we go. Boom. So that's in there. There is these white and orange containers. These flight cases are absolutely great and definitely worth checking as well. Another solar panel. So once again, blue items, but definitely don't miss out on checking those. Check these shelves back here. All worth checking. Travel bag. Things like the travel bag, things like jackets, those are going to be really solid key spawns that you don't want to miss out on. I'm telling you time and time again, I've seen a lot of people pass up things of that nature, and it's just super worth keeping, or it's super worth searching. AI back here, I'll kind of just leave him have his own thing. I know there's a cement truck back here and another hidden stash. Oh. Sir, please. Another purple item, green, blue, gray. Nothing really back here. There is a potential extract you can take. I mean, you can either walk up to the extract, or if you want to take all the hops and then go up that way, you can. I'd never really find a reason to even go that way. More tedious than anything to try and go through all that parkour to get to that extract. 99% of the time, this is the route I'm hitting. If I'm going spawning on the left side, I'm looting barracks and I'm looting admin, and then I'm pushing out towards visitor center. We have 3 minutes left, more than enough time to get the extract we need to, which is right here. And right with that, we're about $1 million worth of loot, which is really, really good. Definitely, like I said, play it safe, play it slow to your style. If you loot those areas I mentioned, if you have that key card, obviously it helps. But that's obviously if you have a lot of money to spend on it. Don't if you have like 3 million in your inventory, not worth hitting that or buying that key card. It's already been looted. That door is closed. We'll go ahead and check it anyway for potential ammo spawn real quick since we have the time. If you guys are interested, I could definitely go make a Space City guide or a Barracks guide. I tend to stay away from those maps a little bit more just for the higher risk of cheaters. There is better loot in general in those maps, but there is a very high risk of running into cheaters and will absolutely fry you in those games. Now, you can try like different lobbies, different times you're playing, which is also will help you in those situations. And I definitely would recommend if you're running Space City to do it during the day. Nighttime is going to be a much worse off situation for you, but it doesn't hurt to do that. Visitor Center is okay to loot as well. You have a potential safe spawn, excuse me. And we only have a minute 48, so I'm not... Oh, hey, buddy. But I see no reason really to loot it. I'm already filled up. I have $1 million in loot. I'm about to run out of time. And stressing this enough, play off of your pace of play wherever you're going to go hit. If you're playing admin, it's going to be the most profitable for you, which is kind of what I was going with for this video. If you're looking for a loot guide of, you know, kind of what you want to do with Zero Dam, definitely one of your better options. So at the end of the day, this is all the gear we pulled out there. So obviously what went in, this Uzi was pulled off a AI, so it doesn't matter. We got the red USB stick, the 1 gold coin, all of these purples, a lot of purples, another gold CPU, gold coin, and a bunch more purples and some blues to just fill in on that. We also bring in the muscle booster and adrenaline if I feel the need, like I have a lot of heavy player gear on me. Definitely worth doing. But again, guys, looting that north side of the map is always going to be very, very profitable. Don't miss out on that opportunity to do that stuff. Definitely would recommend hitting that. If you want to play cement and if you want to play visitor center because you obviously may be a little bit of a newer player, or if you feel more comfortable avoiding as much PvP, definitely recommend checking those areas. Cement, for example, has the potential computer spawn as well as the flight case spawn as well that spawns on the top left of the crates in the cement area. And then visitor center has the safe spawn, the briefcases, and the potential spawn as well for that ticket center key. Definitely worth doing, guys. Definitely recommend trying those out. And guys, if you found this video helpful as far as being able to kind of get a good informational guide about where you're going to be wanting looting in Zero Dam for Delta Force, definitely drop a like on this video, guys. A sub to the channel would also be spectacular. We're trying to hit 10,000 subs on YouTube in 2025, and we're trying to just make sure to put out the best content for you. So if you guys, again, enjoyed this video and found this helpful and want to see some more Delta Force guides, I'll consider making a Space City guide or a Barracks guide for you guys, so make sure you guys let me know down below. Other than that, guys, I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.